Welcome to Forgive Our Honesty, also known as FOH, a show where we invite investors to be unapologetic, unscripted, or whatever else they want to be. Because during the show, we're going to cover things in regards to entertainment, media, business, and most importantly, investor and startup culture. So here you're not going to get any fluff, any stuff, just real talk from the people that matter and that are willing to say it. Today's show is a little different. We have a VC named Motion Saeed from Kiwi Tech. Kiwi Tech has a very interesting business model that I think a lot of startup founders need to hear about. So I'm really excited to actually get him on the show so he can bring it to the forefront so you guys can know about it. So let's get it in. But before we do, my name is Anthony Quiet Money Styvens. You know my partners in crime. We got Quasniak Money Talk Frazier. And of course, Optimist Pat, also known as Patrick H. Clean Money, you name it, he gets busy. That's what he does.
Understand that. I get busy.
He gets busy. That's why he's a chief content officer. So people remember, when you want to get your show on the crew, this is the guy you're going to talk to, because we're also known as the co-founders of Accrue, which is a multifarious streaming app that allow our users to stay connected with their friends and families while also earning points and rewards for watching their favorite content. You heard that pitch I just said? That's because I know it. Because in this business, you got to be able to pitch within the first 3 minutes. And the book that got me there is called The 3-Minute Rule by Brant. I don't want to say his last name incorrectly, but his name is Brant P. It's like Pinvidic. Again, I apologize if I get it wrong, but we're definitely going to make sure that we leave a link in our description below where you can get it. Now, the reason why this book is so important, because in our business, you have maybe 2.5 minutes to produce a sizzle and kind of get your point across before they get tired, close the laptop, and then say pass. So imagine what somebody's going to do to you in person if you're trying to get their time. So what this book is going to do, it teaches you how to say more by saying less. It also teaches you how to tell a story, because a story is more compelling. So please, if you're a startup founder, take the time, spend a couple of bucks. Again, I always push audios for myself. Take a listen, and this is going to help you along your startup journey. So that's for me to you guys.
Today, unfortunately, we're going to be talking about Unc, who we all call Unc. Has 2 big podcasts, Club Shay Shay and Nightclub, that he does with Ultra Cinco. All of that right now, he was on ESPN, because all of that could come to a screeching halt right now, because he's facing a $50 million civil suit from a 21-year-old woman. Right now, they got it in the documents as Jane Doe, but you know the internet already know who she is.
The internet detectives are going to find it.
The internet detectives is undefeated. They ID'd her as Gabrielle Zaninga. Tony Busby, he rubs me the wrong way. He's on top of this case with her.
But he's an ambulance chaser, though.
Exactly, because he's the one that was suing Jay-Z for being in the room with a underage girl, and
I think maybe he was though. Maybe he was though.
Now he's getting sued. It's
Whoa.
like, it's a lot. This one is about branding, and when your brand can conflict with the upper echelon, with your bosses. So when you have so much going on, and you have you have sponsors and you're working for ESPN, which is under Disney, it's like you have to keep your character a certain kind of way. And being the fact that now his character is being scrutinized so much, it's like he could be out like 200 million because sponsors is pulling out of his podcast. He's stepped down from ESPN, and it's just, these character clauses that's inside of contracts. You gotta be on your P's and Q's, and this is very unfortunate for the brother. I'm hoping him the best. If anything, I hope that this didn't really happen, what she's saying.
Quasiak, I'm gonna stop you right there, and I'm gonna say this to everybody at home, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Right.
I can't feel sorry for him. At the end of the day, Shannon, you're a 50-something, maybe even closer to 60-something-year-old man. This girl was 19 at the time. There's nothing a 19-year-old should do or have to attract you to that level.
All right, hold on. Before you go there,
Hold on, Quasi. Hold on. I just want to say this. Let me get my point across. Both myself and Optimus, especially Optimus, he has a daughter that's maybe 18, 19, I think right now, right?
No, she's 19, going to be 20.
Oh, wow. Even better.
Yeah.
My nieces, same age. I would be apoplectic if a Shannon Sharp type man was with me. And
okay, so what about a Bill Belichick? Bill Belichick is with.
It doesn't work, so it doesn't matter.
Come on, man.
It doesn't work. Come on. Man. What are we talking about? He just happy to be around the young.
24-year-old.
No, but he's happy to be around the little girl. He just happy to be around the young girl.
But you see it though, right? You know what I'm talking about,
right? It work.
No, keyword. You just said it though. You said it. Little girl. Doesn't make a difference. Bill Belichick is older. I mean, the age difference is pretty much the same. He doesn't get the pass. Neither one of them get the pass, but I'll let you finish your point.
Okay. So I was just saying, like, if we have that same energy for Shannon, we gotta have the same energy.
I agree.
For Bill.
I agree. The only difference is Bill's Belichick girl is not trying to sue him.
True.
Bingo.
That's the X factor, right? Now, if she was,
Bingo.
then he'll be part of the conversation. But she likes the old geriatric. She don't got to do anything with him. He just wants to sit and talk. That's that.
But the main thing that we're talking about here is how the character of you as being a brand
absolutely
can really bring you down if you don't stay on top of your game. If you're not just being on point, like you can't play around when those character clauses is in your contract. You really have to be of that character. You're working for Disney.
You just got to be mindful of what you're doing at all times, especially when you're in the spotlight, especially when people are willing to put money behind you. Which brings us to our next point, which is our guest of motion over at Kiwi Tech. They're doing something so unique that they're looking for founders that have those different edges and clauses and all those different things to take their products to the next level. So, of course, like you always like to do, let's bring them in. Let's give them a round. FOH applause. Let's get motion in here to, let us know what they got going on.